Hi, I'm Roger and welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. Today we're going to be doing some maintenance and upgrades to the firewood conveyor. We're going to start out with doing some maintenance on the engine first. Going to do a valve adjustment, oil change, and a new spark plug to the engine. Then I'm going to possibly raise the engine up because the last few times we split with it, seemed like the wood was really getting jammed up underneath the engine bad, and it was costing us a lot of time. So I think that's probably a worthwhile upgrade. Then I have a few things planned for the hopper, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to get it all done today, especially since it's getting later now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing inside and start with the valve adjustment. I have the conveyor back outside now. The valves have been adjusted and the new spark plug has been installed. The valves were very loose on it. I'm hoping that with the new spark plug and the valve adjustment that the emissions will be lower on this engine now, because these old Briggs & Stratton engines, the exhaust off of them smells really, really bad. I'm going to start it, warm it up, and then change the oil. I never ever change the oil in an engine that's cold. I always like to have the engine up to operating temp. This will be the first start after the valve adjustment. I've removed the engine from the engine mount and the mount from the conveyor. Now I'm ready to modify it. Another problem we've been having with the conveyor is sometimes a piece of wood will fall in the hopper sideways. It'll get stuck in there like that, then the wood will start to pile up, creating a big jam. So I found a piece of metal. Going to put in the middle of the hopper, so that way when wood gets thrown into the hopper, or when wood falls off of the splitter into the hopper, if it goes in sideways, the belt's laying there in the way, if it goes in sideways, it will get straightened out and then going up the conveyor. A couple other modifications that are going to be made to it while it's inside are I'm going to add safety chains to it. This coupler is a 2 5/16 coupler, but it's a little bit loose. There's no adjustment on it, and just to be safe, I want to add safety chains to it in case it would come unhooked. And then I usually grab a hold of the conveyor like this to move it and have one hand under here sometimes, but depending on when you go to set it down, if you're on unlevel ground, you have the possibility of pinching your fingers. So I have an old U-bolt I'm going to use as a handle, so when I go to set it down, I can just grab a hold of that and set the conveyor down. Last night working on the conveyor, the card on the camera got full, so I was unable to make a video of everything that was done to it. Didn't get a whole lot done to it, but I got a start on it, so I'll show you what was done. Pretty much all that was done was the safety chains were bolted on, and then I cut the U-bolt apart, and my dad welded it together to make a handle and then welded it onto the tongue, and that's all that was done, aside from I started looking at this engine plate or the engine mount, figured out where I'm going to cut it and how it's going to be raised up. Then I also did a little bit of brainstorming on this divider or straightener or whatever you want to call it for the hopper that keeps the wood from getting crisscrossed in the hopper. So now I have a little bit of a game plan on that too. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this.